Don't ask what's in my cup. Hey, it's Yay. Hey, it's Yay. Hey, hello, everyone. It is Yay. Back with another episode of Don't Ask What's in My Cup. And today, I'm going to give you a little story time. And then we're going to segue into the actual episode. Your girl been going through it. I'ma just be honest with y'all. Can I be honest with y'all for a second? Okay. I've been going through it. Alright? I had to go to the emergency room because I had a migraine. And it was so severe that like Tylenol wasn't working, and then my body was aching and I was feverish, but it wasn't like 102 because you know that's what COVID is. So I called my nurse, and my nurse basically was like, I called the nurse. They said you need to go to the emergency room. So I went, and of course there was panic because of COVID. I did not have COVID. I eventually got seen, and they basically told me, like, I need rest, medication, and basically staying hydrated. So that's what I've been doing for the past week. And low-key, it was kind of scary because I was not ready. Like, I'm like, what? Why? Like, it was too much. So I say all that to say, eventually I started looking into finding like another therapist because I was overwhelmed, and I'm now admitting that like this time has not been easy for me. Like, of course, COVID, the loss of my grandmother, and it's just been hard. It really has been. And I'm usually that person that's like, I'm gonna be fine, everything's gonna work out, and like I do still believe that, but I still need to take steps for myself. And so today we're going to be talking about therapy within the Black community. So once upon a time, I was one of those people that was like, I don't need a therapist. Why am I telling a therapist all my problems? I got trust issues. I don't trust them. They don't know me. Like, that was my opinion at first. And I'm not going to lie, I had my Madea moment when Madea was talking to Dr. Phil. Like, I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
Let's talk about your childhood.
Let's talk about your childhood.
Do you sleep well at night?
Do you sleep well at night?
Like, I was literally questioning the therapist. The therapist would be like, how you doing? I'm like, how are you doing? Like, it was one of those things. And it wasn't till the end of my sessions that I realized, like, this ain't that bad. I kind of need this. And then that's when I started being more open and trusting the process. You gotta trust the process. Therapy does not happen overnight. You can't say, I called him once, I talked about what I had to talk about, I'm good. You gotta get there first. If you never had therapy before, you don't know the root of your problems. A lot of times, we're just coping, and we'll say, like, I know the problem. I know what's wrong with me. And then that's it. That doesn't fix the problem, though. And then also, your friends are not your therapists. That is not their job. Yes, they're going to be there for you because they're your friend. But their job is not to sit there and listen to your problems day in and day out. Go to a professional whose job is literally that, who studies to actually make sure they understand you. Their job is literally to sit there and listen to you talk about your problems. That is their job. So don't put a strain on your friendship because you think, I got friends, I don't need to talk to nobody else. No, get you a therapist. You can get it with insurance. Like, yes, it is okay to have a therapist. We need to normalize that. If anything, we need to have therapy for free because Black people witness so many things that we think are normal, or that we think everybody goes through, or we think we can handle, when low-key is high-key is taking a toll on us. We gotta do better, Black people. Like, we got to. We got to. If we want to ever heal and be great in this world, we got to do it. We got to. It starts by digging inside of us. We are so quick to read everybody else, but sometimes it takes that look in the mirror. That's what is wrong with me. What about them days when you do feel lonely? Because I felt it. Now, I know I got friends and family, but sometimes I just don't want to feel like I'm a burden. I don't want to feel like I'm bearing them with my problems day in and day out. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like I'm draining my friends' energy because I'm only talking to them about my problems. I want to just be like, hey, let's play a game one day. I just want to hang out with my friends. I want my friends to be my friends, not my therapists. And social media, not your therapist. Food, not your therapist. Weed, not your therapist. Alcohol, not your therapist. Those are called coping mechanisms. Yes, it is okay to cope. Sometimes you're not really ready to face the real problems. But you gotta get there, baby. We got to. We got to. We all got to. And it don't happen. And it's not gonna happen like with you just saying, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'm fine. No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be satisfied? Don't you want to make peace with some of the things from your past? It gotta start somewhere. So yes, cope while you can. But don't let that be your only avenue. Don't let that be the only thing that you do in this time. This time is weird. It's hard to process. This is not an easy time. And you should not feel like you're alone during this time. I'm going to put some of the links below. I've been using psychologytoday.com to look for therapists. I feel like that is a good resource. I'm following another person. Her name is Chloe. I will put her information at the bottom so that is another resource. On Instagram, she has a link tree where you can either select like a directory of Black therapists. Because I understand not trusting like certain therapists. But this website shows you actual Black therapists you could talk to. So I'll put that in the bottom as well. It's not just about knowing the problem, like I said. At the end of the day, we gotta find the root of our problems and face them. I witnessed this even with youth. Like, I am an adult and I'm dealing with this. So imagine what our youth are dealing with. Imagine not being able to go to school. School is the place where you're supposed to build your first relationships, how to interact with people. That is the time where you interact with different people outside of your family and things of that nature. You can't do that now. But yes, social media is a thing, but also it's a beast. I worked with students before. My students will come in early in the morning, angry. And I'm just like, good morning, how you doing? How's everything? And they're like, no, it's not a good morning. I'm not going to have a good day. And I'm like, well, excuse me. But that didn't change my attitude. I just was like, okay, well, have a good day. And then when I actually checked in with that student, it's like, let's take a walk. How you doing today? What's going on? Eventually, they started to tell me, like, I had a student burst into tears one day. I just took her out of class to just walk with her. She started crying. I'm like, what's going on? And she didn't really tell me the root of the problem, but it was just the fact that I noticed her. I gave her the time of day to give her the space to just express herself. She just wanted to cry. She didn't want to talk about the problem. She wanted to let it out, distract herself a little bit. She asked, can she sit in the room with me for a minute? I let her. And then she went back to class. We need a space. We need a space to release that pain, that anger. Anger is a secondhand emotion. That's not your initial feeling about things. You don't just feel angry all the time. Anger came from somewhere. When somebody slap you, when they first smack you, the first thought is, did you just smack me? It's shocked. Then it's, But why would you smack me? It's confusion or frustration. And then that is when it becomes anger, because now it's like, you didn't answer the previous question. The shock, the fear. Something frightened you. Something threw you off. But why? What happened? And that is the point we need to get to. We are so quick to anger, so quick to brush things off, so quick to do all these other things that's not getting to the problem. So when are we going to actually talk about it? It's okay to talk about it. We gotta move forward. If we ever expect to heal, we gotta talk to somebody. And we can't talk to everybody. So get you a therapist, because literally there's a non-disclosure thing. They cannot talk about your business to anyone else. But at least you're talking to somebody that's going to be able to help you. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you trust the process, you will get somewhere. I say coping is okay to a degree, because coping leads to abuse. You start to abuse alcohol. You start to abuse drugs. You start to abuse sex. You start to abuse food. That is when it becomes unhealthy, because you're using a temporary fix for a long-term problem. And that is not okay. Yes, have your moment of weakness. Feel. Do it, because you're human. But don't live in it. You want to live past it. So yes, I promote therapy. I hope this is helpful for you all. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment. If you have any other resources that you want to share, please feel free to put them below. Thank you for tuning in to Don't Ask What's in My Cup. Shed love, shed light. And don't forget, don't ask what's in my cup.